This movie tells a story about a psychiatrist who becomes obsessed with one of her young patients who she later discovers is linked to an ancient curse. This movie is adapted from H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Thing on the Doorstep. It chronicles an incident of demonic possession inflicted through arcane sorcery and sexual tension. This movie has potential, however, it never quite delivers the same amount of bite as its bark. From early on, you can tell that this movie is inspired by the 1980s splatter movie. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel like it's designed to just pay homage to. Instead, it feels like it's been ripped straight out of the mid-1980s when it comes to style, score, and aesthetic. There's so little separating this from the likes of From Beyond, Reanimator, and more, at least on the surface. The movie is much more interested in copying the 1980s splatter style than it is any sense of world building. It spends so much time on the special makeup effects that everything else seems to be rushed and done in the first take. Obviously, character studies and interpersonal drama is not anywhere near the top of the priority list. But the setup of this body-switching story is woefully undercooked, and the characters, likewise, are beholden to trashy sitcom stereotyping. To be fair to the cast, the script doesn't give them, and especially the main actor, much to work with. The wacky body swap transitions are signaled by the people involved doing much shuddering and gibbering, and the main character does a lot of eye-rolling crazy person acting during the subsequent scenes. The parts of the story involving another character who's also possessed feel extraneous, while the comedy involved is probably best described as semi-intentional. For much of the runtime, this movie feels like a mediocre TV movie. It's washed out and maddeningly bland on the eyes, filled with flat coloring and the sort of sets that look generic and cheap. Even if it's intentional, the movie never really does anything with this. The demonic possession, wafting sax, and softcore silliness feels a bit cringy. It's never clear why the being insists on constant switching so quickly. The action feels flat and lacks of flesh, while the film's comedic energy quickly evaporates, replaced by formulaic tedium. Overall, it's not really worth your time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.